Righto, here we are at the PK Bins roof adjustment. Now, I'll explain to you a way of repairing your roof or fixing your roof when there's a total disaster where you've adjusted it and you've lost your way, you can't fix it and you're not sure what to do. So the first thing you do is that you measure the spreader bar at the back, which is down here. So you measure from this point, which is that back of that plate, to the back of that plate. Now that's the width, that measurement is the width. So you come back to the front and you cut a piece of pipe, bit of timber, anything that you can find on your farm that is straight and is the exactly same distance as that measurement that you took from the back. Then you bring it to the front. This is a made up spreader bar that I use, but you can use anything. And you stick it in between the bracket on the wall and on this side. The same. That gives you parallel tracks, so you know that your spreader bars at the back are exactly the same as the front. It's the first thing you do. The second thing you do is you just double check that the gap in between here is roughly the same as here, because you don't want the tracks to be all over one side. Now the next thing you do is you set up a string line, which is what I've got here. It just goes around onto the bolt, comes around through one of these packers. Now these packers could be 6mm, 10mm, whatever you can find, as long as you've got 3 packers exactly the same. Cut a groove in it like that, for the simple reason is when you fiddle with a string they don't fall out. So put one at that end, do the same setup at this end. As you can see, I've gone around the bracket and just come down onto here just to tie it off. So you do that, then you come back to the front and you use your third packer and you adjust the track accordingly. So once you've got your spreader bar in the front and you've got your 2 gaps even, you stick your square on the frame and you square the frame up at the front to the bubbles in the middle. Okay, so then you know you're parallel because you get your spreader bar in and you know your tracks are level. Okay, then come to the first bracket, use your packer and you slide your packer in between the string and the bracket like that, and it should be a nice fit, not big gaps, not tight, just fit in there nicely. You do that, so you adjust this to that, use your square, and then you square your track up at the bottom, whether it wants to go in or out, as long as it's level. And you repeat that process all the way down to the back. We go back to adjustment, so we have the dyno bolt which holds the bracket to the wall, top and bottom, and then we have the adjuster bolt which adjusts the bracket closer and away from the wall. So if you're adjusting the bracket, the track out at the top, you wind the adjuster bolt in. If you're adjusting the track in at the top, you wind the adjuster bolt out. And then you tighten up your 2 dyno bolts with your ratchet and socket, and then away you go. Okay, don't use a rattle gun, you will strip the threads and then you'll have a bigger problem on your hands than what you've got. Then you use your front spreader bar, move it to your second bracket, and you repeat exactly what you've done on this side, on that side. So you put your spreader bar in, move the bracket so it touches the spreader bar, do it up, adjust the bottom, check it, tighten it up, and then move on, so forth and so forth till you get to the back. And then that way you know that you're parallel, you're level, and your roof hopefully should roll back. And that's the easiest way to adjust it. Okay, I think that's all. Same deal. Oil the wheels, CRC the wheels, look after them, and yeah, see how you go. If you're adjusting the track, always remember just do a little bit at a time. Find the first sticky wheel when you push it back and adjust that wheel only. Don't try and do the whole roof. Do one at a time and until you get the hang of it, and then you'll be fine. Good as gold.